Hey everyone, this is Vicki from Messy Table Studio here with a third video about embossing. The first video was covering up the front of a book with the silver tape, duct tape embossing. Showed that already. The second video is going to be released on October the 14th for Gina B. Aaron's design team. It's a video about mark making and how I used metal embossing with her stencils. Today's video concerns the copper tape that I bought online from Amazon. We could not find this stuff locally, but we did get it off of Amazon, and I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I've used probably a third of the roll already. And today's project will explain why I've used so much. So most of this will be on fast forward, and then when we get to the end I might talk for a few minutes and then that'll be the video, because most of this you guys can probably replicate at home without me telling you how to do it. You know, it took very little instruction for me to figure out how to do it, so I'm sure you guys will be just fine. So on with the show. Okay, so in a previous video for Gina B. Aaron's design team, I was talking about how I filled in the backs of the embossing where pieces sat up high, and I did it with candle wax because I had seen a person do it in candle wax, but I think that I have popped them all out now and got them redone. I filled them up with texture paste that I had on hand. That's why I didn't want to spend $13 on the embossing, what they call it, embossing filling paste, which came in a little 4-ounce bottle. I didn't want to do that because I already had stuff on hand. You can also use spackle that you can go buy from the hardware store, so don't spend a lot of money doing this. So I've been at it for 4 days now, and that's why my desk looks like the way it does. Alright, so I spackled all of the ones that I did for Gina's video, all the flowers that I made for her video. I just put all the texture paste in the backs of them so they will sit up high. They will look much better when they're glued down. Then I popped the glue out of the piece that I did that was kind of a random piece, and it does have a large pop-up spot here. I know you can't see it very much. It doesn't look like very much from here, but it is filled in on the back, and I like the sun. Then I did this one that were flowers out of the metal. Now this is not the tape, the thin tape that I bought. This is the metal sheets with the sticky backing on them. So I did this one. And this is a Gina, this is the color wheel from Gina's stencils. And I only did the inner part of it, and that was it, because I wanted petals that look like a flower. And then I did the leaves and all the rest of it separately. Alright, so I think that is everything. But now I've been working on a new project while watching TV. And I wanted to show you orange drink. My husband saves me these little boxes. I love these little boxes. So I'm going to save this. And I have cut strips of the copper. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this. And they're going to overlap onto the back side. I think that's the easiest way to do it. And I'll have to figure out something for the spine. But this is going to be my next project, is to work on this to cover the whole book in the copper. So I think I've got 4 strips cut so far, and I'm going to use these and cover up a whole box and make that a project. So I will probably fast forward through the majority of it, because this takes a long time to do all the doodling on, and then this stuff has to dry. If you put any kind of wax on it and buff it off, it's got to dry. I do like this Deco Art Antiquing Cream, the carbon black. I like this. This stuff works really well. And so I really like this. You can use any black acrylic paint, doesn't matter. But I happen to have this, and I thought I would give it a try because it said it's I'm lost my words. Anyway, so it was an antiquing type cream, so I thought I would give this a shot. Okay, so there's that one. Then, oh wait, that's not the right bottle. This is the antiquing cream, sorry. Look, there's a difference. Same size bottle, but one has green on it. So this is the antiquing cream. I've used this on a couple things. Like, I think this stuff has got the antiquing cream on it. And I like the way it looks. Of course, the back is filled. So I'm going to use this again. I might try this on the copper, on a test piece, and see how it does with the copper. Alrighty, so stay tuned and fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a quick ride. Okay, so I basically just fast forward you through the whole process of cutting up the box, measuring out the tape, and using the stencil to make the impressions. Then after that, I wiped way too much paint on and off and on and off and on and off. But what you did not see was what I did to the inside. Let me see if I can get the camera to... Oh, I didn't do the black on it yet. Oh, poo. Okay, so these are... Well, I guess I did a little bit. Flowers. And then because I didn't want to leave this as just cardboard, I went ahead and made little marks in it. You could poke holes in it. It's no big deal. I mean, you know, it's really not that big of a deal. And then this one was just circles. That's all it is. Can you see it? I'm sorry. See, using this tape is very shiny, and so it's also very glary. Let me see if I turn this light off. Can you see any better? No! Okay. All right, so this stencil was gifted to me, so I'm not really sure where it came from. I know who sent it to me, but I don't know who to give the credit to for the stencil, so you can leave me a comment in the box if you know whose stencil this is. I imagine it's Stencil Girl, knowing the person who gave it to me. So I just wanted to show you what you can do with just putting tape, you know, up and down on a box, and that's it. I mean, it's just, you saw what I used. It was a drink box. Cut the miscellaneous extra stuff off, wrapped it in tape, and then all I did was make marks and rub paint on it. It's a no-brainer. It's a different way to use your mixed media supplies that you already have on hand, except for one thing is you probably won't, most of you don't have the tape on hand, although you might, I don't know. But I thought this would be a cute little project. I wanted to see how it would look on a little bitty book. So the next video is going to be another video with the copper tape, but I'm going to use it in a different way than I did this time. So stay tuned later this month for the 4th installment of my obsession with metal embossing. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.